We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome back to the Freak Show. I'm your host, Bumpy McSquigums. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for more Expeditions Rome. Super awesome, fantastic game. I'm absolutely loving it. I've got to live stream it a few times, and it is just super fun. That being said, make sure you guys go and check out those live streams if you do grab the game for yourselves, because you can get some free drops. I believe they're like cosmetic things and stuff to make your characters look a little bit different, and just get to kind of enjoy some folks diving into the game and having some fun with it. So make sure you guys do that. I'll be streaming hopefully most of this week. I say Monday, Tuesday, Thursday is the plan, because we're taking a break from our Final Fantasy stream until everybody is ready to go. Anyway, enough of that babbling. Let's get into it. So we have character creation, our class that we get to come up with. It looks like there's 4 main classes, with each of them having 3 subclasses. So if you wanted to be a big old tanky boy, you'd be a big old shieldy boy here, with a defender, a vanguard, and a veteran. We have ourselves the Veles, and the subclasses are the assassin, the duelist, and the brawler. And this is kind of the more damage type situation, dual wielding, so on and so forth. Then we have the archer, or the Sagittarius, as it were, with a marksman, a hunter, and a sniper. And then finally, we have the support class, the medic, the flag bearer, and the destroyer, which is horrifying and awesome, and it sounds really cool. As much as I tend to go face tank, slaughter everything, kill, and I've also thought about doing high damage DPI. You know, I feel like I don't do that many ranged characters. Maybe I do and I just don't remember, but I think we're going to go bow this time around. On the live stream, I think we are a tank. I think that everybody gets to choose. There's you guys saw the Twitch integration is there. People get to vote on things. It's pretty neat. So you definitely go check it out, guys and gals, whether it's with me or someone else entirely, and you want to cheat on me, and I will go and cry myself to sleep at night. Make sure you go and you do that, and it's going to be glorious. All right, so I think I'm going to go sniper. Marksman, ranger, or sorry, hunter or sniper. Yeah. Range is 12 hexes. Area of effect is 2 hexes. Affects multiple targets. Applies spotted 2 hexes. Ranged attacks against this target deal full damage regardless of distance. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, let's try that. All right. Oh, I got to hold it. That is going to be our maneuver. Wish me luck, folks. Water replenishes every time you return to camp, or if you visit a well on your travels. Well, Act 1, Asia Minor, 1st century BC.
Gentlemen, welcome to Lesbos, the pearl of the Mediterranean.
The Pearl.
An ugly nest of pirates.
Surprise.
An impenetrable fortress of pirates, more like. With an infinite food supply thanks to the strength of their fleet.
Sweet.
We shall find a way to limit this infinite supply then.
You think like an imperator, Gaius. All right, people. This is Lucullus's war camp, the heart of our operations in this territory. You've been seaborne for a long time now. I suggest you walk it off. See the things you have to see, and meet the people you have to meet.
Sure.
The consul waits in the command tent. Don't be too late if you don't want to see him angry.
Sure. So we're going to basically walk around the town, see what we can see, and talk to folks and everything else. It's going to be great. Probably. Maybe not. I don't know. That's basically what it's saying. Trial by fire. And I feel like all unequipped items currently in your possession will show up here. Use these buttons to filter which items you want to see. Equipment slots, drag the items into the slots to equip them. Specific items go to specific slots. You can also click the item to automatically equip it to the right slot. All right, we are no longer Slotzilla over here. We are a Slotty McSlots-a-lot, and we are not slotting it up. We are going to... What happens if... Oh no. So what happens if we do that? All right, we're just going to hold on to this for now. It's fine. Weapon skills, we get them down there. Each character has 2 sets of weapons. We can actually switch back and forth between them. So whenever we run up against somebody who, say, has slashing protection, we can switch to a piercing weapon, and it all kind of works out. It's really quite good. I likes it. Also, if you're unarmed, you get the ability to actually throw down some healing stuff, and you can actually provide aid to your fallen compatriot or actually heal up people. It's pretty cool. There's some, like I said, some cool stuff going on. Is it Q to do that? It is. All right. Well, either way, we're not really all about that right now. We got folks to talk to, so let's get to talking. Talking about people. Cineros. What's up, my friend? Domine, how are you doing, buddy?
I am hungry and my face is wind-burned, but at least both of my feet are planted on solid ground now.
Why would Mother send me here, of all places?
To save your life, of course. She firmly believes the Witeli killed your father. Sending you here was the best course of action.
Well, this is what it takes to bring the Vitellius brothers down, so be it. Tell you the truth, I'm glad to be here. This is a fine place to make a name for myself.
Most great men of Rome have made names for themselves on campaigns like these, it is true. Such glory can easily be the foundation of a lucrative political career, so long as one returns alive.
Leave the politics to the liars, the cheaters, the criminals. Let me just have glory and honor and all that stuff. It's fine. What do you know about the consul?
Dominus Lucius Licinius Lucullus was a close friend of your father's, and a supporter of your mother's efforts.
Lucullus.
He is now the closest thing you have to a father. You ought to keep this in mind.
Well, do you need anything, my friend?
Besides a good wine, a warm bath, and a thorough massage, not much.
Okay.
Thank you. But you should think about yourself, Domine.
Well, what do you think I should do, buddy?
I would get used to my surroundings and visit the consul as soon as possible. We're here to accomplish something. Time to find out what it is.
Yes, my lord. That, I know, it doesn't work. All right, cool. And what about this
Salve.
guy? Salve, you are Bestia Tabit, right? I am Bumpimus Romilius Bumpy.
I am called Bestia Tabat indeed. You fight well. I noticed it.
Thank you.
I took the spear from the traitorous Triarchus. You should have it.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, hand me your incriminating evidence. That's totally fine. May I ask you a few questions?
You may ask, and I may answer or not.
That's nice. Your name is quite unusual. Is Bestia your family name?
Your name is unusual.
Thanks.
Tabat is the name that was given to me by my father. Bestia is the name I took when I earned my freedom. I chose it because I have fought and defeated many beasts.
Cool. Where are you from?
I was born in Mauritania, but I am a Roman citizen.
Have you ever fought in a war before?
Until I undertook this voyage, I fought every single day in the arena. But wars? This will be my first.
Ah, so you were a gladiator. You must know much about combat then. Any advice to give? Let me guess. Don't die.
I recommend you to not die. Honor matters little. He who stands tall in the end will always be the winner.
What can you tell me about the commanders here?
They say Lucullus has the greatest military mind in Rome. I only know he is consul and imperator, but I don't understand what that means.
And how long exactly, or how have you lived in Rome without knowing what these titles mean? Consul means he is one of two men elected to rule all of Rome this year. He is Imperator or Imperator because he holds the authority to command the legions of Rome.
Then, from what I have heard, we are in good hands. It will be an honor to fight for such a man.
You did not like the Triarchus, did you?
The punishment for treachery should be death. That is how I grew up, and how I became the greatest gladiator Rome has ever known. All of the lesser ones died.
Okay, well, I'll see you on the field of battle. Hopefully allied with me, because I don't want to make you mad. You seem very unhappy. Just a general countenance.
Like he knows what he's doing to you. Him and his whole legion seem like they haven't the faintest clue.
Oh, that's nice. All right, some baths. Doesn't look like I can probably clothing washing situation, like a washing dealie there. Okay, inside nobody's asleep. I mean, I can take a quick nap. Oh, I can't walk out that way. All right. What about this? Can I open this gate? You cannot leave right now. All right. What we got going on over here? Whole bunch of nothing. Let's just go to talking to people. I've already done the walking around, roaming around, doing stuff thing. And honestly, it doesn't really amount to too much. I don't believe there was anything to find, and yeah, I thought there was somebody else to talk to. I guess not. All right, well, let's head to our spot.
Saw Agrippa harassing that old service with the limp again.
That small-dicked bully. Did you
He
tell the
said I swear.
Praefectus?
He won't do anything about it. Agrippa is connected back home.
This
is not going to work, as long as the rebels keep receiving supplies by sea.
We will need to cut their supply lines. It's an operation for our occulta speculatoris.
Oh, what is an occulta speculatoris? No, I would remain silent.
Well, don't just stand there like a plant. Come on in. By Jupiter, you sure have grown up, haven't you? This is the promising young man I was telling you about, Thermos.
Yeah,
Quite unassuming, but full of potential, I guess. Prime material for the speculatores, if he can prove himself.
What are the speculatoris?
A special cohort assembled for particularly daring undertakings.
Sweet.
Soon enough, you shall see the kind of thing they are tasked to carry out.
I don't have to prove myself to anyone. Just tell me what needs to be done. Gladly. The chance to prove myself is what I've come here for. Hold on. I thought my role was supposed to be largely administrative. This seems like much more dangerous. Just tell me what needs to be done.
A trial by fire is what you need. Now pay attention.
Sure.
We've been in a deadlock here on Lesbos for some time now. My co-consul, Marcus Aurelius Cotta, is engaged against King Mithridates of Pontus in the east. Mithridates is using the pirates of Lesbos as his navy.
The fortress of Mytilene here is well protected, but it also has a weakness. There's a mountain pass we can utilize. I will lead the assault myself.
Sure.
I volunteer for the vanguard. If my uncle can defeat Pontus, I can surely handle Mytilene.
So be it, then. Meanwhile, you will prove yourself as a leader, my young ward.
Sure. That seems fine
Take
to me.
Caeso Quintius Acollinus, your Servus Cineros, and that gladiator who came with you on the ship.
Sure.
You will meet up with Julius Calidus of my legion Speculatoris. Your mission is to sneak into the harbor and destroy the enemy ships any way you can.
Sounds like a
I
party to me.
expect you have questions.
So many questions. I was given the impression that I was to be serve as your tribunus or tribunus.
If you're worried about your future political prospects, have no fear. We will tell everyone you served as my tribunus with great distinction.
Thank you. Why can I not take a part in the main assault like Gaius?
If you are fast, you may yet play a part in that. But
Sweet.
for the assault to succeed, you must do this first.
Okay. All of this is just a secondary operation to Coda's campaign.
That doesn't make what we're doing any less important.
It's fair. That is true.
Mithridates has a dozen warriors for each of our legionari. Defeating Pontus will require patience and caution. Regaining control of the Aegaeum Mare is a crucial step in cutting off Mithridates' supply lines.
Well, I prefer to choose my own people.
Prove yourself, and you will be able to name your companions.
Ooh.
However, you will want Calidus on your team. Trust me.
You're probably right. All right, no more questions. I'll do what needs to be done.
Are those your father's old weapons?
Yes.
I'm sure they mean a lot to you, but look, the leather is brittle. This won't do. Visit my smith, Sextus, and get yourself properly equipped before you go.
Sure. Yeah, nope. Sextus. Got it. When you're ready to leave, go. All right, let's go find the workshop. Oh, I can talk to people here. All right. Talk to me, Gaius.
Solway.
You're an interesting man, Gaius.
Interesting. I shall accept this as a compliment, but prepare to be disappointed. To the extent of my knowledge and ability, I shall try to be as helpful as I can.
First time I've traveled so far from home.
Indeed. Staying in Rome became, shall we say, politically disadvantageous to me. That's why I left it.
You won't be
like
killed.
you, I've never been to Lesbos before. I did my homework, though, in case you have any questions.
Well, what do you know of the island?
Lesbos is one of the most important islands on this sea. Some cartographers call it the Horse Island, on account of its shape.
Why are there pirates here?
Location, I would guess.
Location,
the island
location,
has
location.
countless coves and natural harbors
Got
for
it.
pirate ships to hide in. Not to mention the massive fortress in Mytilene.
Mytilene. All right, our army is vastly superior to these Greeks. I don't see why we can't simply wipe them out.
Be that as it may, their position here is superior. Mytilene is right next to the sea, and their fleet brings them supplies constantly. It's a stalemate.
We just take the water. There's something else I want to ask.
Of course.
Do you think the Triarchus was working with the enemy?
Does it matter?
Yes.
For the sake of this discussion, let us say he was a traitor. In the end, we are triumphant and the pirates are dead.
True.
The Triarchus, if indeed he worked with them, now knows he picked the wrong side. In a war like this, allegiances are rarely about ideology. The common person wants nothing more than to be on the winning side. And
fair.
we have shown Geminus that the winning side is ours.
I mean, we kind of showed him the end of a spear into his body. But, no, you're right. This war camp looks like a town itself.
Fascinating, isn't it? The Legion can build a fortified camp like this almost overnight. In my opinion, that is the foundation of Rome's military might.
It's pretty good.
Wait. Listen, you seem trustworthy. I may have need for your help on a rather sensitive matter.
What's up, buddy?
That is good to hear.
Okay.
Keep in mind the matter I'm about to mention is rather personal in nature. Your discretion would be appreciated.
Yep.
I've been keeping a detailed account of our journey ever since we left port.
Sure.
Shortly after our arrival, however, the journal went missing. I believe it to be stolen by one of the Centuriones.
And are you sure it was stolen?
I'm reasonably sure. The journal might be misplaced, but I find this to be improbable since I write regularly.
Okay, well, what makes you think it was a Centurione or whatever?
I have seen a particular man walking out of my tent. As a matter of fact, I have already confronted him, and he pretty much admitted his guilt.
What do you need my help for, dude? But why would he steal your diary? What if he's lying?
Admission is the king of all evidence. To what end would he incriminate himself? That doesn't make much sense.
Well, why don't you simply walk up to the Centurio and retrieve your property yourself?
That I have already tried. He threatened me in a way. He said if I continue bothering him, he would read the contents of my journal publicly.
I don't understand that. What's so threatening about that? And the journal includes admissions of certain actions you're not proud of?
I can stand by my decisions, and I'm proud of my actions. It's just that I don't want some donkey-headed brute reciting them in public.
This is a serious accusation, and if true, a serious crime. We should inform the Primus Pilus.
Roman law is valid in Rome, and our perpetrator knows this. This is a personal matter, and therefore it should be solved personally.
All right, man. Just what do you want?
The Centurio is called Agrippa, I think. He hangs out with his friends near the tent over there. I thought perhaps you could convince him to hand over my journal.
Maybe.
Needless to say, I would like to keep the contents of the journal private. I would appreciate if you'd refrain from reading it.
All right, man. Just give me a minute. I'm going to go find Sextus first because, you know, Agrippa and, yeah, it's fine. Is that him? Yeah, we're going to go over here first. We're going to talk to Sextus. We're going to be like, hey, dude.
How long are they going to keep us here?
Hook us up with some pew-pew
Driving me
shooty things.
crazy too. I came here to kick Mithridates' ass, not to sit on the...
Salve, Legionari. If you're here to get your weapons fixed, you must have me confused with Vulcan.
They are my father's weapons?
Was he buried with them? This leather is fossilizing.
Thanks.
Help yourself to any of the gear on the racks. Take all of it if you need it.
Okay, if I need something special, can I commission you to smith it?
I have enough work on my hands right now supplying the consul's Centuriones.
Nope. Alright, do you sell stuff?
You'll have to bring your own materials if you want any work done.
Alright,
I've nothing to
Ferrari.
spare.
See you later. Alright, see what are interactive, hit the left alt button, click on it, and do the thing. It's right there. I'm taking it all. Alright, you have received items and we can do things with items. Alright, we're gonna do that right now. Boom. It's better than what we got. And we also have the Triarchus's spear, which I suppose maybe I'll throw into my offhand? No. Alright, that's fine. We got a sword. We can stabbity poke if we need to, or slashty stab. Whatever. Whatever, we got it. Alright, so that's it. I mean, we're an archer now. I feel like we're less impressive than we were before, but that's okay, probably. All right, let's go talk to Agrippa. What's up, dude?
We're in the middle of something, Tribune. What do you want?
I believe you're in possession of someone's private property. I'm here to retrieve it.
This? Well, this is priceless. A journal written by Cotter's stupid nephew, who thinks of himself as the greatest commander history has ever seen.
Uh-huh. What else does it say in there? No, he also happens to be my friend, so I suggest you hand it over right now. Or else, I'm a stab it fool.
Why don't you send him back here to beg for it again?
He sent me instead. He will reward you if you return his journal. I can make it worth your while. Caesar may not seem like much now, but he is a tribunus, and he has friends in high... I can't do that one. That's logos. Alright.
I find that highly unlikely. You'll have to try something else.
I mean, I can just beat you up. Can I just beat you up, dude? What is this?
For this worthless drivel? Now that's a bargain.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
it.
Uh-huh. Jerky big jerk pants. All right, well, whatever. We got the thing. We could read it. We could read it right now. I'm not going to though, but we could. Never honor and glory and stuff, things and whatnot. Hey, man.
Solway, I see you've successfully retrieved my journal.
Everything
May
has
I
a price.
ask how you managed it?
In this case, the price was 300 denarii. He was just being unreasonable. I kept my head cool and made him see reason. I punched Agrippa as hard as I could, and in return he gave it up.
You paid out of your own pocket. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I'm literally in your debt.
That will be unnecessary. You will pay me some other way. Whoa. Interesting. Does that mean he will be my servant and, like, clean my quarters, or what? Indeed you are.
Let no one ever say Gaius Julius Caesar owes money.
Hey, dude.
Here, take it. One last question before we're done. Did you read my journal?
I have no interest in your private musings, Gaius. I am curious about the journal's contents, but I respect your wishes.
That is the most virtuous thing to do, and I expected nothing less of you.
Cool.
Thank you, my friend.
Do I get some sort of reward for this? I mean, you gave me the 300 to compensate what I gave, but now you should give me more because I'm awesome. Nope, okay. That's also fine, I suppose.
Salve, son. Do you need anything?
Hey, Lucius Lucas. I don't know. I want to thank you for saving my life.
That is unnecessary. I just wish your father could see you like this. He would have been proud.
Do you think I'm safe here? Those people who attacked our villa, what if they find me?
Calm your soul, child.
I'm not really that worried.
There's nothing to be worried about. I am your Patronus now.
Okay.
No one will dare to harm you as long as I am alive.
A Patronus. Okay, I don't know what that means, but cool. Patron, maybe? You and my father were close.
We served together under Cornelius Sulla in the Social War.
Social War?
He was the most talented spy I've ever known.
Was that a battle fought with tweeting and retweeting and liking and stuff? Or, like, what are we talking here? Taught me a lot about staying ahead of my enemies. He never liked to talk about those days. I didn't stop him from getting himself killed. All right. Stay ahead of my enemies.
I know. You're a natural fit for the occultist speculatores. If you're anything like your father, you'll even enjoy it.
Sweet. The people we're here to fight, are they pirates or rebels?
Lesbos has rebelled against Rome. We call them pirates for political reasons, when in reality these people are organized much like a navy.
Huh.
They are allied with Mithridates, Megas of Pontus. He's without a doubt the most dangerous enemy Rome has faced since Hannibal.
Hannibal Lecter. Got it. How can Mithridates pose a great threat against the might of Rome?
Pontus is a strong nation.
Sure.
They have conquered Colchis, Cappadocia, and Bithynia. And these conquests have made them bold.
Fair.
Mithridates himself is a fascinating figure. They say he has rendered himself immune to poison.
That's interesting. This is not the first time Mithridates, or however you say it, has fought Rome.
My mentor, Cornelius Sulla, defeated him some years ago when he first invaded our province of Asia. Mithridates exploits the ebb and flow of the conflict between the factions of our Senate. He strikes when Rome is divided, like a vulture circling a wounded wolf.
See you later, Patron. Some old Patron. All right, well. Yep, time. Oh, time. Time is ticking away. All right, so we're basically out of time. But before we're officially out of time, we're going to head over here. I'm going to try a quick F5. I don't know if we got to save or not. We're going to leave and head off to our mission and probably save there, and then we'll get into the mission in the next episode. It's a lot of storyline building, selecting our character, walking around doing some random stuff. It's all good. This is the world map, where you'll be traveling between known locations. Click the play button or space to unpause time. Characters and legions only move when time is passing, but you do not have to move to pass time. The event timeline is up top. As time passes, impending events will appear on the right side of the timeline and move toward the left side, which happens to represent the present. Some events may come as a surprise, and these will not be shown on the timeline. During your travels, you and your Praetorians consume 1 ration each every 8 hours. Oh. Keep your pantry well stocked. A starving Praetorian fights poorly and may eventually mutiny. You can buy more rations from merchants. Alright, welcome to the world map, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Oh. Here we are doing the things that we do, I guess. And I imagine this is going to all unfurl over time. But for right now, our very first thing that we must do is I kind of want to go there, because I didn't do this before. There's another campsite, and then we can go over here to the warehouse. So let's go take a peek over here, because I'm very curious as to what's going on. Now, if you hold the button, it looks like you will walk, but if you hit spacebar, time will pass, even if you don't have a destination selected. The half-packed camp. Today, Fortuna smiles upon you. Traveling along a dusty path, you catch a glimpse of colorful tent cloth around a bend and decide to investigate cautiously. What you find is a small camp seemingly packed up in quite a hurry. A bunch of stuff left behind. Collect any items of value left behind. There's a war going on, and if these people had to leave their camp in such a hurry, they're unlikely to ever return. So we've got a bunch of stuff there. Instruct people to collect whatever they find of value and then move on. Oh, well, that was good. Glad I decided to do that. This is a Legion camp to trade, recruit new Praetorians or Centuriones, craft items, develop new battle stratagems, or talk to your companions. Oh, let's go in there. I didn't do this on the stream, so I have no idea what we're getting into here. We'll probably break it off, but we'll see. I'm going to go a little bit further to see what's going on inside this place, and then we'll go from there. I don't know how many people we can have as like part of our old squadron here, but are we back at the same place? Or not, right? Like, this is a different place. Who dis? Okay. We have the exit behind us. We have our 2 dudes over here. Okay, we have Seizo. Go talk to him.
Something on your mind, kid?
Queso, whatever his name is. You seem very much like you're at home
I've
here.
been a soldier since I was 16. The sound of clashing swords soothes my soul.
That's fair.
Don't get me wrong, I love Rome. But to me, it represents a short break from war. Or perhaps the build-up leading to the next campaign.
Why do they call you a Quillinus?
That's because I have a reputation for tracking my foe relentlessly and striking without mercy. Just like an eagle.
It's a good name. You deserve it.
Thank you. Few people actually earn their name. I hope you will earn yours.
I think I missed Rome already. Mother must be worried sick. The duty of Legionarius. How long does that usually last? Have you visited this part of the world before?
Once before. There was another rebellion we had to quell. These lands are beautiful, but the Agao Mare, I wouldn't trust her. She's a treacherous mistress. Don't be fooled by her deep blue eyes.
Okay. The duty of the... Yeah,
Your duty will probably end at the conclusion of this campaign.
Oh, okay.
People like me, though. Our duty ends when we die on the battlefield.
Well, that's
I'll
impressive.
continue being the warrior hero, as long as damsels of this world continue finding themselves in distress.
Any particular damsel who's waiting for you back at home?
I certainly hope not. There was this one girl in Hispania, though. She still haunts my dreams.
Well,
but I doubt it. Caeso Quinctius Aquilinus shall never be domesticated.
I think I missed Rome already.
At least you still have a mother.
It's fair.
Be thankful for that.
I am.
The only thing that's waiting for me in Rome is a jug of wine.
What happened to your mother, if you don't mind me asking?
She died trying to do the right thing. And indeed I do mind, so let's drop this subject before moods get soured too much.
All right, that's fair. All right, appreciate you sharing. It's good times. All right, before we go back and talk to our buddies over here, we might not. Let's go over here and see what this guy has to say. Salve to you as well.
So, little man, you must be new. I am Spurius Quinctius Carius, merchant extraordinaire and purveyor of wondrous items. And who might you be?
Yeah. Pleased to meet you. I am Bumpimus Romilius Bumpy, the new tribunus to the consul. They call me Bumpy, and the last man who had the nerve to call me Little said Vale to his tongue.
That I find very unlikely. I'm an excellent judge of character, and you look like a person who would faint at the mere mentioning of blood. Besides, cutting a merchant's tongue out is bad for business.
Yeah, it is.
Enough pointless chatter. Poverty grows from idleness. Now, if you're not going to buy anything, please do kindly remove yourself from my store.
Why are you selling your wares here?
You are obviously not familiar with the matters of commerce. Allow me to enlighten you. There are 3 things every merchant needs. Location.
I called it earlier. What are you selling, man?
Whatever people are willing to pay for, and whatever I can provide. The best of food, medicine so potent even the dead may rise, and of course, the most delicious SOOO money can buy. There's a matter of storage space, of course. More space means more wondrous items to stock, and possibly lower prices for my most loyal customers.
Yeah, what do you got? Resource trading. Some merchants will allow you to exchange trade resources for other trade resources. Select the resource you want to sell on the left side and the resource you want to buy on the right. Value and price. Each resource has a different inherent value. Slaves are the most valuable, followed by medicine, then rations, and finally denarii. A merchant's prices are also modified by their opinion of you, as shown at the top. All right. Keep an eye on which source is abundant at a certain market and which is scarce. Resources lose value when they're abundant and become more valuable when scarce. The abundance and scarcity at the given market changes weekly. So they don't have a lot of slaves. We have like 10 slaves. Slaves are used to construct and staff buildings in your legion fort. Slaves are assigned to an upgrade will no longer be available as a resource. Just doesn't feel good. All right, I got nothing to do with you, buddy. All right, well, looking around, I dare say we've done what we need to do here. I guess we could talk to our 2 compatriots and then head off onto our adventure in the next episode.
Domine.
Talk to you later, and I think we've already talked to these guys.
Salve.
So yeah, we're good. All right, so let's head over here toward the gate, and we'll break it off right there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed. In the next episode, we are getting into some battles. We're going to be doing some fighting, and we're going to show off our mad skills all up in a mad abundance. At least that's what I'm hoping. We may just die horribly. I don't know. We'll figure it out either way. All right, folks, until the very next episode, I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums. Don't forget to go and check out live streaming of Expeditions Rome if you grab the game yourselves and you want some drops. Anyone who's live streaming it on Twitch, you can go there and get the drops. It's going to take you several hours of watching, but it's a great game, very enjoyable, and maybe you'll learn some stuff that you didn't know before. Maybe you get to see some interesting strategies, or maybe just laugh at terrible people being terrible. It really depends. It really depends. And again, I'm going to be trying to stream it Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I know I got some work stuff coming, and we'll see how it all plays out. Either way, folks, take care of yourselves. I've been your host, Bumpy McSquigums, as I said before. Thanks for stopping by the Freak Show. We play, we fight, we conquer.